Well, everyone should already know Illinois is the nation's leading producer of pumpkins, and that's because of the Libby pumpkin plant in Morton. Our ag reporter Stu Ellis is now joining us live in studio. Stu, good morning. Where did they get all of the pumpkins?
Well, it's the farmers in the Morton area like John Ackerman that raised them, rotating pumpkins with corn and soybeans.
Recording this is National Pumpkin Day. Did you know that?
I didn't even realize that.
Well,
I'm kind of ashamed.
Don't worry about that. This is John Ackerman and livestock. John is a pumpkin producer in the Morton area, and how long have you been producing pumpkins?
So I think I had my first contract with Libby's for the canning pumpkins back in 1983.
So you've had quite a few years then.
I've got a little experience with it. Yeah.
This year you didn't have a contract, but what makes the difference between having one and not having one?
Well, first of all, they have to offer it to you. They have a list of farmers that they generally go to, and then they kind of rotate the crops so you're not continuously growing pumpkins in the same acreage, and then they'll offer you a contract. They will tell you what the price will be, and then you have to decide whether you accept it or not. Generally, when they set a price, they compare it to what they believe the price of corn or beans will be, and they try to make it kind of attractive for a person to accept the contract. That way they don't have to worry about too many people turning them down. So generally there's an advantage to raising those pumpkins because of the way they set the price.
Okay, and that price covers production costs?
Well, they'll set a price that's per ton, and they'll provide the seed. They'll do the harvesting, which is mechanical. We'll do the tillage, the management, the fertilizing. Sometimes we split costs if there's a need for insecticide or fungicide. So you put a pencil to it and decide, is it worth doing? Generally, when they offer, it's worth doing. What is remaining out in the field are mostly picked over. You have to have a perfect saleable pumpkin for the public to pick. So these are the ones that are near the end. There's very many good ones. I never sell 100% of them, although I dream of it. But what you see out in the field looks like a lot, but really maybe that's 20% of what was grown. And that might be the 20% that might not have been very saleable.
Now, what happens to these? You're not going to pick them. You don't have any place for them to go.
Well, what I'll do with the remaining ones are plow them back in to get the fertility out of them. I keep a certain amount back to feed my animals until it freezes too hard to do that. And I have a few other farmers that get some pumpkins, but what you see out here will generally be plowed back in.
Okay. What nutrients do they provide?
I think there's potassium and phosphorus in them, and certainly there's organic matter, and that's always good for the soil.
USDA is reporting the average Illinois price for pumpkins about 40 cents a pound. In other states, it may get all the way up to $5, $10 a pound. But that's because Illinois pumpkins are plentiful and they're cooked for canning. Others are used for decoration. So you can spend 50 cents a pound for an Illinois pumpkin, or you can go out to the state of Washington and squander your money for about $4 or $5 a pound for a pumpkin.
Oh my gosh, I hope we don't do that. Thanks so much, Stu. We'll see you later.
You bet.